smile on your face. Remove all clouds of doubts and feel God's gift of a new day, new hope, new opportunities. Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to respected Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir, Director, GLBIMR, faculty members, and dear students of PGDM Batch 2019-21. Today, we all have gathered on this virtual platform for a very special program reorientation of PGDM Batch 2019-21. Reorientation program is a session which will orient you all to the academic structure and associated areas of academic session 2020-21. Before we begin with the new session, we should always invoke the blessings of Almighty. Light symbolizes brightness and prosperity. So let's look for the positive light and join us in the prayer and pay tribute to Mother Saraswati.
Ya kundendu tushar har dhavana ya shubhra vastramruta ya veena vardanda mandita kara ya shvet padmasana ya brahmachyuta shankara prabhutibhir devai sada vandita sa mam patu saraswati Bhagavati Nishesh Jadyapaha.
Thank you all. May Almighty's divine grace is spread on each one of us and keep us safe in this pandemic. The very objective of today's virtual reorientation program is to take you to virtual tour to the academic and co-curricular activity plans of new academic session 2020-23, examination and dissertation guidelines, SIP and mentoring session patterns, and proposed student-driven activities under GLBIMR clubs. So, with all positive note and possibilities, we have embraced the change and re-strategized the academic process to give you as best as possible in this trying time. And continuous improvement is never-ending process for us. With these lines, I would now like to invite respected Director Sir to please deliver the introductory remarks. Please, sir.
Good morning and warm welcome to all the students.
Morning, sir.
Good morning,
Put together-
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Morning, sir.
So,
Good morning, sir.
I never expected such type of reorientation for your batch, and it's a very disturbing also, very shocking also, and very painful to address you online on this occasion, because I wanted that my interaction with all of you would have been in person, but all of you know that because of the pandemic it is not possible, and we cannot stop ourselves from moving ahead, and we need to challenge the time itself, because the movement of time, if it is relentless, if it is unstoppable, we should also show that we are also unstoppable and we will be moving ahead despite several obstacles and limitations. My dear students, I would like to say the quote of John Dewey at this point of time. Education is not preparation for life, education is life itself. So whatever be there, if life has given us certain obstacles, limitations because of this COVID-19, we must understand that we need to move ahead with education, with training, with practical exposure, so that we can have better light in future. It's a matter of pride and immense pleasure that destiny has given me this opportunity again to address you for your career and life at this time of adversity due to COVID-19. I take this opportunity again to welcome all these students for their higher education in various streams of management. Already you have heard the popular adage which says, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. This particular adage is very pertinent, very important for higher education system, because it clearly indicates that the students are required to imbibe concepts by performing related practicals. All of you have undergone your internship in different companies, again online, but actually you have also understood the practical implications of your training, and you must have been aware of now what exactly you are required to practice after your learning from the classes. As I had told you earlier also, that entire curriculum has been revisited and very cautiously it has been modified so that the need of the hour can be met very realistically and can be beneficial for all these students. It has been advised to all faculty members that practical components, examples from industry and cases must be incorporated in more or less all the lectures in all the specialized area. While it is time when I would have told you that be confident about the vibration of the environment, but right now I can only say that be confident about your future, be confident for the support, and be confident because of your own capability to sustain under such pressure, such fear, and such uncertainty. All of you know that one story says, give me a fish and you feed me for a day, and teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. My dear students, this is the time when your specialization classes are going to commence. This is the time when your actual learning about the different streams which you have opted. So all of you are earnestly requested to remain focused towards your career, towards your preparation, towards your training, and towards acquiring the knowledge, because your placement activities too will start very soon. Today morning I was talking to Rajesh ji, and last year also in the month of September ITC had come, and I had personally talked to that lady who is heading HR in ITC for the last 8 or 10 years, and she agreed that the company will be visiting the campus and will be conducting the final placement activities from the campus itself. But one thing is there, I talked to Renu, is perhaps her name, yeah, Renu is name. Last time when she had come to the campus, she couldn't select anyone. 2 students were shortlisted, but 2 of them, when their list was announced by the company, 2 of them had left the venue, and this resulted into selection of none of these students who appeared for ITC. ITC is one of the leading companies, all of you know. It's a brand also. So first company, I think in the first week of September, ITC will be coming, and I believe that all the eligible students must appear for that and must come through successfully, for the reason that You have got enough time to prepare now. You have got enough time to interact with the faculty members. You have got enough time to ask the faculty members to equip you for your future interviews also. My dear students, I know that you are in dilemma. I also acknowledge that your limitations are there with respect to online education also, because yesterday too I received telephone calls and messages from some of the students who clarified that because of the extended hour, the extended hour of the session, they are not able to cope up with the package which they are having to run the online classes or Zoom connectivity. Dear students, this is the time when you should incur few additional cost for equipping yourself with more data in order to have full length of online classes for you. All faculty members are also preparing these sessions, and all faculty members have been working very hard to equip you with the knowledge and training which are required at this time of crisis also. I know that all of you are having a lot of expectation from the institute. I believe also that your expectation must be met successfully, or to minimum level of your expectation must be met. But if you talk about my expectation from the faculty and from you as well, I believe that all the faculty members should impart the training in the best manner, not from their capability only, but in comparison to the other institutes also, they should impart the training, they should impart the education in a better way. And I believe that all of them are preparing accordingly. Similarly, I will ask you that as compared to the students of other institutions, you must work harder. You must equip yourself with additional courses also, short-term courses pertaining to your area. And you must be ready and confident enough to face the interview, to face the GD, to clear the aptitude test in a better way, so that you get first chance as compared to your competitors in other institutions. Dear students, I'm with you. And as I had told you, that if you need my help or support, or if you want to talk to me, you can give me a call, or you can send me the WhatsApp. I believe that many of these students who had contacted me and who had talked to me, or who had sent me messages, were able to talk to me, or their queries were addressed properly. Even I received email from many of the students, and I believe that all the emails replies were made at a proper time. So keep in touch, work harder. I will not say work hard, work harder, be competitive, be inquisitive also, raise as many questions as you can from your teachers, get your problems sorted out, and I believe that all of you should be successful, and all of you will be able to get comparatively better job if I compare it with your seniors. That's what I had assured you. That's what I had told you. And that's what I want. And for that, I'm working harder. And I believe and I want from you too to reciprocate in the similar manner. And you too must say to me that yes, we had worked very hard and we will be successful. You provide your support. We are going to provide our supports too. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for boosting the confidence. Your positive thoughts have always kept us all energetic to take the bull by the horns. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would request Ms. Professor Radhika Malhotra, Program Chairperson, to please start discussion about the academic and course structure.
Okay. I will request Mr. Robbins to please share the slides. All right, thank you so much. So a very good morning To all the students, welcome back to PGDM trimester 4. So now talking about
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So now
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So now talking about reorientation. So what is reorientation? Now, when I talk about reorientation is, for an example, you are lost in the woods or the forest. So it is just the compass and the map that helps you out, right? So here we are reorienting you to your existing environment to make you aware of your relationship with your existing environment and to your setup, academic setup that you are already in. Taking it further, I will start my presentation with few things that know for the entire second year. Mr. Robbins, please take it further. Right, so I will be discussing about the academic calendar, list of functional heads, the curriculum, the core papers and electives that we will be offering you, and the value added courses in this second year of journey. Okay, so next. Talking about our vision, GLB IMR aims to be an institute of global repute for imparting knowledge, skill set, confidence, and values for being self-reliant and pleasantly employable. So this is what we all actually look forward to. Our mission is to create a sustainable learning ecosystem to build of cognitive potential, to inculcate quality leadership, corporate understanding, and global competence. We also strive to inculcate entrepreneurial skills and startup attributes for the spirit of self-reliance in all our students. Moving further, program graduate attributes. Now the question comes, what are they? So once you graduate from PGDM program, we would like you to have not only the theoretical knowledge, but yes, the knowledge application part in you, wherein all the faculty along with director sir under his able guidance, we have been trying our level best with your suggestions and inputs to make you knowledgeable, wherein we try to integrate functional knowledge, research aptitude, critical thinking, creativity, and strategic management skills for decision making in local and global context. We want you to be an effective communicator, both in terms of verbal and written English, so that you are able to articulate your ideas in varieties of context, styles, and medium. You need to be collaborative leader, to be a team leader, ethically and socially responsible. So it goes without saying that when you will take up your jobs, and even in your personal and professional life, we all need to be ethical. So this is what we try to inculcate. And then we talk about creating the orientation towards entrepreneurship. So we are working towards, having the various talks that we already have regarding the entrepreneurship skills. We have the e-cell running in our campus. So this is all what we try to inculcate the various attributes of graduate. Moving further, program educational objectives. So these are the educational objectives that you all should be aware of. We impart you education knowledge benchmarked against best management and industry practices. Develop research skills and core business competencies. You should now be ready for being the industry ready graduate who can interact and communicate effectively in various business situations. As I already told, you need to develop your team orientation skills and be sensitive towards the organizational issues and challenges. So next comes to encourage the enterprising students with competitive business ideas and to enhance your ethical and socially responsible behavior in graduates to achieve higher level of professional and personal integrity, leading to greater societal impact. So these are the various learning outcomes once you are, going through the various subjects, whether it be marketing, finance, HR, IT, general papers. What we try to do is the outcome should be there wherein you are able to apply theoretical and practical insights to critically assess the business problems and provide research-based solutions in the global arena, demonstrating ability to work cohesively and effectively in diverse teams, exhibiting a holistic personality for professional excellence and personal growth, analyzing business situations using rational and ethical judgment, communicating effectively by using the ICT and digital modes. Now, taking further, change the slide, please. All right. So this was all about the various, the crux, the core value where GL Bajaj actually stand for and strive for continuous improvement. I will now be discussing about the course structure. So you can just see that during first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, you had all your core papers along with minor project and VACC certification program. Now in trimester 4, you will be studying few core papers along with your electives. 2 electives and 1 summer internship that you have already undergone. Fifth trimester also goes same, core papers, electives. And sixth trimester is your core electives and dissertation. So the guidelines for dissertation would be shared later in the presentation again. Okay, so taking further, in term 4, you will be studying the core papers as MTIC, Management of Technology Innovations Change, Supply Chain Management, SSP 4, summer internship that we are going already, the dates are there where we'll be evaluating you with the industry experts. Okay, so now a student who has taken finance and marketing maybe, or marketing HR, you will be studying 2 papers of marketing and 2 papers of HR. So that makes 4 papers from electives. These 4 are your core papers, and along with dissertation, we will start right from term 4, so that we will not wait for term 6. Okay, moving further, coming to term 5, we will be studying entrepreneurship and design thinking as a core paper, SSP 5, and again 4 electives, that is 2 from one elective, 2 from the other elective. Term 6, now by this time almost everybody of you would be placed. So term 6 is little lighter in the sense that you have only 2 papers, core papers, business ethics and corporate governance, and dissertation, along with 1 paper from elective and 1 paper, another elective that you need to study. Now moving further, these are the subjects that we'll be offering in the marketing area. Right now you are studying IMC, Integrated Marketing Communication, Sales and Distribution Management in term 4. In term 5, you will be studying Product and Brand Management, Service Marketing, and in the last 6th trimester, you will study Digital and Social Media Marketing. So you can just see that all these subjects carry 3 credits each, consisting of 30 hours. All right, so moving further, finance will have 5 papers again, 2 in the 4th trimester, 2 in 5th, and 1 in 6th. Corporate restructuring and business valuation, security analysis and portfolio management, management of banking and financial services, financial derivatives, and taxation for managers. Now moving to the next specialization, HR. Right now you will be studying in term 4 recruitment, selection and retention, learning and development. 5th trimester would talk about performance management and competency mapping, compensation and reward management, and the last trimester would be industrial relations and labor laws. Okay. The IT students. So we would actually really like to thank our director, sir, for introducing this IT specialization for you students. So you students are lucky enough again. The students will be studying business intelligence and data mining, internet technology and e-commerce in term 4. In term 5, it would be ERP, big data analytics, and 6th trimester will talk about data visualization for decision making. Taking further, now talking about operation management, you will be studying production planning and control, total quality management, material and purchase management, service operations management, and business process re-engineering. So these are the subjects that we are offering in various specializations. Now moving on to VAC, wherein we talk about value added courses. These are such courses that we will be providing you from in-house facility. Your faculty experts will be teaching you these subjects trimester wise. So this trimester, we will be teaching you FFPR, which stands for Fundamentals for Placement Readiness. Since I already talked that the program education objective talks about the making you industry ready graduate. So we have started with these modules. So you will be studying the finance paper in this, which will totally be a practical part, orienting towards the corporate setup. What the corporate is actually looking for you in the graduate, in the current scenario. What skills you need to have. What logical analytical skills you need to have. So we'll be talking about that practical orientation. We are offering you aptitude paper. And on 30th July, I repeat, 30th July, we are conducting a workshop of 6 hours on export and import management, which will again be given by the faculty expert and outside expert, which is a one-day workshop. The marks will be given, attendance will be marked, and e-certificate will be given to the students. Okay. In the next trimester, Robinji, go to the previous slide. Placement training. So this is an additional feature for you all for this batch actually that the director sir has started with the placement training class. So this we will carry on for all the 3 trimesters, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Fundamental readiness for placements in marketing. We will start in trimester 5 and we'll take it till trimester 6. Moving further. So these are your, the names are shown against the subjects wherein the faculties has been allocated. MTIC will be taken by Dr. Akhilesh Mishra for section A, by Professor Varsha in section B and C, by Professor Arpana in section D. Supply chain management would be taken by Professor Vikas Sharma and Dr. Arvind Bhatt. SSP 4 will be taken by Professor Palak and Professor Arpana. Next slide, please. IMC shall be taken by me, Radhika, and Professor Dr. Arpita Srivastava. Sales and distribution will be taken by Mr. Atul Arora, Professor Atul, and Professor Dr. Amit Kumar. Finance papers, corporate restructuring and business valuation shall be taken by Dr. Anand Rai and by Professor Dr. Shuchita Singh. Security analysis and portfolio management by Professor Dr. Anand Rai and Professor Dr. Shuchita Singh again. Okay. Moving further, HR, talent acquisition, retention and engagement shall be taken by Dr. Akhilesh. Learning and development by Professor Varsha. Production planning and control in operations by Professor Atul, and total quality management by Dr. Akhilesh Mishra again. So this is how we have allocated the faculties for different subjects in the experts in all in their areas, respective areas. All right. IT would be taught by Professor Saurabh, business intelligence and data mining, and second subject, internet technology and e-commerce, again by Professor Saurabh. The VAC courses, aptitude shall be taken by Dr. Harsh. Finance paper in FFPR, again Dr. Harsh. Placements training by Professor Palak. And export and import by Dr. Amit Kumar. Taking it further. All right. So now I would like to emphasize before I take it further, a very good news for our college is that under the able guidance of Director Sir, we shall be introducing artificial intelligence as a new core paper. Right? The paper which is so much in trend as per your industry standards, benchmarked against various practices. So just tell me and give me a thumbs up if you're interested in this paper, artificial intelligence. I want to see everybody to show me a thumbs up. Right, so it was as per your demand. So we have introduced this new subject in this curriculum in 2020-21. All right, we thank you, Director Sir, for this initiative at large by introducing this subject, this contemporary subject indeed. Okay. Mr. Robbins, please take it to the previous slide. Yes. All right. Section A and B, your learning center in charge is Dr. Arvind Bhatt. So all your queries, anything that comes up, you need to inform him. Right? Section C and D, Dr. Amit Kumar. So if you have any, concern or query, you can share with both of these faculties as per the sections allocated, which can further be taken to the director office again. Okay. Now next, coming to the academic calendar. The classes for term 4 we have already started yesterday. Term 5, the classes will start from November 2, and term 6, the classes will start from January 18. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Now midterm examination for term 4 will start from from September 1st to 4th. And the end term examination will take further from 5th to 12th October. So by October, your examinations would get over. The next term, that is the midterm for term 5, will go on again from November and end term in the month of January. The last term would take place in March, the midterms, and the end term would conclude in the month of April. All right, moving further. So this is the academic calendar that we have prepared starting from July onwards till April 2021. So you can just see in July, we have couple of events coming up wherein we are talking about on 24th regarding the webinar by Mr. Anupam Arora. Then Business Summit 3.0. On 30th, as I already told you, that we will be running an EXIM VAC course, one-day program of 6 hours. So we expect and advise you to be there for attendance because it would be marked in the subject concerned. Taking further, in the month of August, we have Global Talk series. I've just highlighted, if you can just see. And the topic is very interesting again, role of CSR in troubled times of COVID-19. Then we have Business Summit 4.0, the future of fintech, the new normal after the COVID-19, and various other club activities that you can see. Okay, most importantly, I have not highlighted over here your SIP part, which will be taken up by Mr. Atul in his coming slides. Okay, next month. Next. Right. So this is August. Again, when I talk about Business Summit 5.0, we will be continuing with this topic in operations, business continuity and resilience in the COVID-19 and future implications. We have an HR club activity for you people. And then we have Business Summit 6.0, wherein we are talking about the IT area, the opportunities for businesses with IT adoption in post-COVID-19 era. Okay. Then moving on to September. So here comes your freshers. We will have our induction program from 7th to 11th of September. And talking about the research club activity for term 4, we have started with this new club, research club, wherein again under the able guidance of Director Sir, we have started this research club for our students as well. And this will be spoken up in detail by Dr. Arpita. Okay, taking it further. September will again mark the various activities regarding the marketing clubs and various other clubs. Moving ahead. Okay, please move back to the September month. Yeah. Here you can see 29th of September. We will be conducting an Inter-Institute Tajurba Summer Internship Presentation Competition. So the students who excel in their SIP will be given the chance to face this competition. This will be again be told by Mr. Atul in his coming slides. Okay, in the month of October now, you will be having your end term examinations. As you can see, end term examinations planned. Moving further, we have alumni meet Deja Vu 2020 on 17th October, and various finance activities, club activities. Moving further again, in the month of November, your classes will begin for term 5. There is a Diwali as well in this month, November, and we shall be holding the convocation as well for your previous batch. Taking it further. Right. Very interestingly, we'll be organizing a 4th international conference on management practices for sustainability, innovations, and re-engineering perspectives. So this is how you will be given the opportunity to participate in the international conference as well. Taking it further again, December, your classes will begin. I mean, for the term 2, not for you people. And then we will be conducting under the Directors Club Leadership Conclave. Okay, now coming to the next year, that is January 2021, wherein your classes will begin for term 6. Next slide, please. February, we'll have a Spardha, sports, inter-sports competition, sports annual meet. And then we have the Sankalp also planned for the month of February. We'll have various marketing panel discussions. Next slide. In March, we will have again your midterm examination for term 6. Next. Next, please. And then coming to April 2021, we will have a national summit on CSR. We will have a workshop, this is not for you, the final dissertation presentations for term 6. And before that, let me tell you students, we will have various review meetings which shall be discussed by the area chair under dissertation, Mr. Saurabh Mittal again. Right, taking it further. May 2021, your end term examination, you will be almost be through with your end term examination in the month of April itself. And that's it for your May. Now moving to list of functional heads. So as we can see, we are working under the able guidance of Director Sir, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar, under which we have various areas running, various departments working, as which I will be just letting you know. Controller examinations, we have Dr. Harsh Pratap Singh and Dr. Parul Yadav. Associate Controller, we have Professor Arpana Kumari. Marketing Area Chairperson, Dr. Arpita Srivastava. Finance Area Chairperson, Dr. Shuchita. HR, Dr. Akhilesh Mishra. IT, Mr. Saurabh Mittal, Professor Saurabh Mittal. Operations, Professor Vikram Kumar Sharma. General Management Area Chairperson is Professor Arpana. Alumni Affairs is Dr. Arpita and me, Radhika. Next slide. The area chair for the various clubs is Dr. Arpita Srivastava, and which she will be talking about various coordinators in the coming slides. Next slide, please. For the various MDP programs, we have Professor Saurabh, Media Relations, Dr. Arvind Bhatt. We have the Quality Assurance Cell running under Dr. Harsh Pratap Singh. Next slide. Robin ji, next slide kar dijiye. Okay, now next slide again. So we have this entrepreneurship cell CIS activity. Now it will be taken by care by Professor Arpana. Earlier it was being taken by the faculty Tarjani, Dr. Tarjani. Now it is being taken care by Dr. Arpana, Professor. And entrepreneurship cell by Professor Varsha and Professor Vikram Kumar Sharma. GLB Times again by Professor Varsha. We have an academic review meeting running under Dr. Professor Ajay Kumar Sir, our Director Sir. Me, Dr. Parul, Dr. Harsh, Dr. Shuchita, Dr. Akhilesh, Dr. Arpita, Professor Saurav, Professor Vikram, and Professor Arpana. Next slide. Next slide, please. Right, coming to the hostel affairs. Under the girls hostel, we have Professor Arpana and Professor Varsha taking care. And for the boys, it is Professor Atul and Dr. Arvind Bhatt. Then we have this mentoring committee being led by, the first year would be taken care by Dr. Shuchita, and second year, that is your batch, will be taken care by Professor Atul. And dissertation by Dr. Mr. Saurabh Mittal, Professor Saurabh Mittal. Okay, now for the discipline, the proctors for the discipline area are, and for the boys, it is Dr. Anand Rai, and for girls, it is me. Under the discipline committee, we have various faculties who are running, who are working, for you people, and we have various members like Professor Arpana, Professor Harsh, Dr. Arpita, Dr. Amit, and Dr. Arvind. Then for the infrastructure related queries, we have again Professor Atul with us. Next slide. So here I would stop, and I think the curriculum related part is almost clear to everybody. We shall be sharing the academic calendar with you, again the e-copies. And now I would request Dr. Harsh to kindly come up and take up the examination policy with the students. Thank you, students.
Okay, thank you, Professor Radhika, for allowing me to share this examination policy. So, my voice is audible or not? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, first of all, I just want all of you, all students, need to keep your microphone on mute so that we can explain the examination policy without any interruption. Okay. As far as the examination policy is concerned, all of you are already aware. Last 3 terms you have been giving examination. Okay, so not much deviation from the previous, but still, as you are starting the new term, just for reinforcing all the policy again, I just went through quickly with all the policies of examination. Okay, as you all are aware that evaluation is divided into 2 parts for each course. For each theory course of 3 credit, evaluation is divided into 2 parts. One is internal component, second is external component. Internal component we cover with the help of continuous assessment, in which we have GD, presentation, quiz, assignments, and midterm examination. So this is how 60 marks of internal evaluation is distributed, and then we have external evaluation. In external evaluation, we will be conducting end-term examination of 40 marks. So all your external evaluation will be done through end-term examination of 40 marks. So if you can move to next slide, Robinson. Yeah, this is how distribution is of marks is among end-term and internal and external evaluation. So we will be having 60 marks of end-term examination. And in internal evaluation, we will be having 20 marks of midterm, 5 marks of GD, 5 marks of presentation, then we have 5 marks of assignment and quiz. So this is how, for a 3 credit course, for a 3 credit theory course, 100 marks is allocated into different components. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. As far as the structure of question paper for midterm and end term is concerned, already you have given midterm 3 times and end term 3 times. So there is no difference in the structure of question paper, although in last term, due to COVID, we have conducted examination online. So structure was bit different. Section A have been replaced with multiple choice questions. Okay. So now next month we will be again evaluating the situation and deciding upon whether online examination will be conducting online or offline physical mode examination for your batch. So it is yet to decide, but what regular or usual structure we follow, I'll be explaining that only. Okay, so midterm you already know we have 3 sections, section A, B, C. Section A is of case study. For theory papers, you will be having case studies, and for numerical paper, maybe a mix of either in some subjects like accounting, statistics, you might be getting practical questions, numerical questions, or case study both. Okay. In section B, we will be having short answer questions. 3 questions will be of 2 marks each. Okay, and section C is of 2 short questions, but both should be applied. That means application-oriented question. So this is how the structure of midterm is divided. Next slide. End term is also pretty clear. It is a 2.5 hour paper. End term examination will be of 2.5 hours. Okay, and in which you will be having 3 sections. Section 1 is of simple 2.5 marks, 8 short questions. Okay, as of now for term 3, we have conducted this section A with the help of multiple choice questions. So it is yet to be decided by the examination committee in consultation with director office. Okay, so we will let you know about any change in the structure of paper. Okay, at least 10 days prior to the examination. Then we have section B, which will be having 6 questions. 1 is optional. That means you need to attempt only 5. All questions are 4 marks each. So this is how 20 marks is divided, and rest 20 marks you will get in section C. So section C will be having a case study, which will have 2 questions, 10 marks each. So this is how 60 marks of end term examination is divided. But importantly, you already know that examination policy and institute policy only allow a student to appear for an end term examination in case of 75% attendance. So you need to ensure minimum 75% of attendance. Although for quality input, you need to attend 100% classes, but just for the sake of examination, just to give examination, you need to ensure at least 75. Although my suggestion is to have 100% attendance in all the papers. Then only you can get the benefit, or then you can only get the continuity in the content. Okay. Now in terms of grading system, you already know that we are following a CGPA or a grade system. Okay, in which we give numeric grade as well as alpha grade. Okay, alphabetic grade and numeric grade we allow or we provide to any student. Okay, so based on your grade in individual paper, we calculate TGPA, that is term grade point, and based on the weighted average of all terms, we calculate CGPA. Why I am explaining you this TGPA and CGPA? Because as a postgraduate program, as a PGDM program, we have a certain minimum academic requirement to fulfill for awarding of degree. Okay, next slide, sir. Also, this grading policy is already, you are already aware with this grading policy. For passing a subject, for passing a theory subject of 3 credit, you need to have 50 or more marks. That means minimum 50 marks you need to score in any subject. Less than 50, you will be awarded with F grade, that is fail. For all such papers, you need to reappear for supplementary examination. Okay. Over and above 50 marks, previous slide, sir. Last slide, previous slide. Yeah, over and above, last slide. Yeah, over and above 50 marks, grade will start. Okay, like numeric grade 6 will be given when you are scoring in between 60 and 50. More than 60 to 70, you will be having 7. 70 and above till 80, you will be having 9. And if you are scoring absolute numbers more than 90 in any subject, you will be awarded with 10 grade point. Okay. Similarly, you can see in the corresponding column, alphabetic grades are also provided: A+, A, B, C, D. So minimum you need to have D grade to pass any subject. If your grade is F, you need to reappear for that particular subject. Next slide. Yeah, I was talking in previous slide, I was talking about minimum academic requirement. This you need to understand very carefully, because without fulfilling all these minimum academic requirement, you are not eligible for PGDM degree. Your diploma will not be awarded if you are failed to attain this much academic requirement. Simply, term-wise minimum CGPA is 5. Although, as you already aware that in from second term onwards, the passing marks we have increased the passing marks to 50. So if you are passing any subject, now automatically you will be having TGPA in excess of 6. But this is a very special case, as in term 1, your passing marks was 30. So it may be possible few of the students have passed the examination in term 1 with less than 5 grade point. Okay, so all such students need to overcome the deficiency in grade in further or in subsequent terms. Like if some of you are having less than 5 TGPA in term 1, because beyond term 1 there is no possibility of a person having less than 5 TGPA passing all subjects, because passing TGPA is now 6. That means we have increased the passing rate to 50 marks. So now there is no problem of improvement. But yeah, it may occur in case of term 1. So if you are having less marks in term 1, so you need to overcome that deficiency in subsequent term 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So at the end of the program, that means after the completion of all 6 terms, your CGPA should be minimum 6. If a student is having CGPA less than 6, that student will not be able to get his diploma, because diploma will be awarded only if you clear all the subjects. That means if you clear each and every paper of all terms with at least D grade, you clear your SIP with minimum D grade, you clear your dissertation with minimum D grade, and you score overall CGPA of 6. Okay, so you need to ensure only 2 things in order to get eligibility for the diploma. First, you need to clear all subjects, all theory subjects, along with the practical subject of SIP and dissertation. Second, you need to ensure a minimum CGPA of 6. Okay, so this is what the minimum academic requirement for award of degree. Next slide. Robinson, next slide. Yeah, this dissertation will be discussed in subsequent slide, because we have a separate section for dissertation. So I'm skipping for now. Next slide, sir. Similarly, the summer internship will also be taken care by Professor Atul in subsequent slides. As you are already aware that summer internship is of 6 credit. We have a 6 credit summer internship in which 20 marks is being allotted. So there are different components in which marks will be allotted. So this will be discussed in detail by the SIB coordinator. Next slide. Yeah, minor project you have already completed the minor project. 30 marks of report, 60 marks of final presentation, and 10 marks of faculty feedback. Next slide. Yeah, examination dates. Professor Radhika has already explained examination date, that for your term, midterm will be during 1st to 4th September. Midterm will be conducted. There will be 2 papers in one single day. So this is how 1.5 hour midterm paper in a single day we will be conducting 2 papers. Okay, so 1st to 4th September midterm is being scheduled, and for end term 5th to 12th October. Okay, so 5th to 12th October we are planning to schedule your end term examination. End term examination will be of 2.5 hour, single paper in a single day. Okay, 1 paper every day will be scheduled. Okay, next slide. Yeah, certain examination rules which you are already aware. First and foremost, you need to reach examination hall minimum 15 minutes before. Okay, so that within 5 minutes you can collect your answer sheet, you can get your seat verification done, and you can start with writing your roll numbers and further detail on your answer sheet. So try to reach 15 minutes before the examination. Okay, second and important thing, we will not allow a latecomer in the examination. That means if you are running late more than 5 minutes for any examination, you need to have a written approval from the examination department. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to appear for examination. So don't let this situation to happen. Try to reach 15 minutes before the commencement of examination. Okay. Third important thing, any restricted material, either in terms of mobile phone, any electronic gadget, or any paper, check, any part of book, answer sheet, copy. If you are having possession of all these things, you will be booked under unfair means. That means we will be booking you in UFM, and your paper will be cancelled. So you need to restrain from all these activity. Don't bring any material related or unrelated to the paper. Okay. Next important thing, in midterm examination, you are not allowed to leave the room for 1.5 hours. You need to be in the room. So be prepared before going to the examination hall. Go for water, washroom, whatever you want to go. Just go before the examination, and rest 1.5 hours. You need to be present in the examination hall. Another important thing, in end-term examination, as the examination is of 2.5 hours, you can go for water and for washroom in between 1.5 hours. That means first 30 minutes and last 30 minutes, no one is allowed to leave the examination. In between 1.5 hours, you can go for water, you can go for washroom, but a prior approval from your invigilator. That means you need to mark the entry in the book, and with the permission of invigilator, you can leave the examination if it is very urgent. Okay. Next is related to examination form. That means for end-term examination, every student has to fill examination form. Okay. These examination form will be made available to you before 1 week before the examination. So you will be filling that examination form and submitting the examination form to the examination department. So based on the submission of examination form, we will be distributing admit cards. Okay. Next slide. Yeah, this is important. Unfair means, use of unfair means. As I was talking in previous slides about booking a student for UFM. So there are different categories of UFM in institute. We have divided all the activity or all the related to this UFM into 4 categories: category A, B, C, and D. Okay, on the basis of gravity of this UFM, we have divided into category A, B, and C. Although it is my strict advice to all of you, you need to avoid any kind of UFM. So there is no point of taking any material, any device, any exchange of answer sheet in between the examination during the exam. Okay, but just for the sake of your information, I'm just explaining all 4 categories. Category A is very simple. If you are having a possession of any material which is not related to your examination, that means any material, any second category, that is category B. If you have a possession of any check, any reference material which is related to the exam also, but you have not used that material, that will be considered category B. Sir, next slide. Robinson, next slide. Yeah, category C is again, if you are having possession of any material which is related to examination and you have also used that material for your exam. Okay, then it will be categorized in third category, C category. And D is simple. If you are repeating the offense of C as well as B, then it will be termed as D category. We have a different punishment for every category. Okay, in case of C category punishment, if more than 2 persons are students are involved, that means you are exchanging material, you are exchanging answer sheet, you are providing support to any other student. All such a student involved in the act of UFM will be charged. Okay, you cannot say that I was not having this material, this person has provided me. So whatever the case is, all such student involved in any exchange of answer sheet and exchange of material will be booked for UFM. Okay, next slide. Yeah, punishment is all very clear. If you have category 1 offense, you will be given a written warning for not repeating the same. But in case of B, C, and D, serious punishments we have imposed. Okay, serious punishment is there. In case of B, your examination will be cancelled. Simple. In case of C, you will be awarded F. Okay, and in case of D, you will be awarded F in all examination for that particular term. That means we have booked for you for a particular subject for research methods, but your all examination of that particular term will be cancelled if you found to indulge in D category UFM. So you need to be very cautious. How you can avoid this UFM case? Simple. Before entering into the examination hall, just cross-check. Just check your pocket, all your belonging. Keep your bag outside the examination hall. So there is no point that any one of you will be charged in this UFM case. Okay, and try to work individually. Don't ask for help from anyone for pen, pencil, nothing. Okay, next slide, sir. Robinson, next slide. Yeah, supplementary examination. Most of you are already aware that recently we have concluded the special supplementary, online supplementary for term 1, 2, and 3. So in case of supplementary examination, also the student having a grade less than D. That means if you are having F grade in any of the subject, you need to reappear for supplementary examination, and subsequently you need to fill supplementary examination form with prescribed fees. You have to submit prescribed fees, and you have to reappear for supplementary examination. One important rule in case of supplementary examination is supplementary examination will be conducted of 100 marks. That means all your marks attained in case of internal evaluation will not be considered if you are giving supplementary. That means if you are appearing for supplementary examination, your whole assessment will be based on that supplementary examination only. That means if you scored 50 marks in supplementary, your final marks out of 100 will be 50. That means all your internal marks will have no meaning in case of supplementary examination. Okay, next slide, sir. You are already aware that supplementary fees you need to be submitted to the account office, and then you need to fill the examination form. Okay, these are the revised supplementary charges. 500 rupees per paper if you are giving first attempt, 1000 rupees a paper if you are giving supplementary for second attempt. Similarly, we have charges for summer internship reappearing and dissertation reappearing. If you want re-evaluation of your answer sheet in terms of retotaling and rechecking of question, that means whether all questions are checked or not, you can fill a re-evaluation form, submit 100 rupees of re-evaluation charges, and get your this re-evaluation done. Okay, suppose as one case I have explained that someone is having less CGPA. That means that person is not having a CGPA, minimum CGPA 6, but he is passed in all subjects. Then that student has to reappear for improvement examination. So the charges for improvement is also same, 500 rupees. Next. Okay, any issue with the result, you need to report to examination department within the 7 days of declaration of the result. Okay, retotaling and rechecking of all questions marking, you can have with the help of form by paying 100 rupees. Okay, 100 rupees per paper. Okay, next slide. Yeah, as you are aware, Dr. Parul is taking care of examination department, but as she is on medical leave, so for time being, I am taking care of examination department. So in case of any query, you can contact me, or you can contact Professor Arpana, as she is also associated with the examination department as state controller of examination. Mr. Iqbal is taking care of all the functional working of examination department. And for your kind information, examination department has shifted from 3rd floor to 1st floor. So now examination department is on 1st floor, just beside the faculty cabin of 1st floor. Okay, so you can connect with any of us in case of any query. Remember, the examination ID for any query related to examination ID is only exams@glbimr.org. Okay, you need to mail all of your concern and queries on this particular email ID. So this is all about examination. So if you have any doubt, if you need any clarification, I'm open for any query. So after the end of this presentation, because still SIP and dissertation presentation and club presentations are remaining. So at the end of presentation, you can ask for any clarification and any doubt. Thank you all of you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Harsh. Now I would request Professor Saurabh Mittal to please start with the dissertation presentation.
Good afternoon. Dear students,
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
yes. Dear students, your PGDM dissertation report is going to be one of the most crucial, extensively researched document of your postgraduate program. Thus, as a responsible student, you must take dissertation writing as a learning opportunity and a path towards defining your future career goals. You should put in great effort to submit your work within deadlines. Moreover, your report should be having impeccable English, a clear-cut manner of delivery, and a persuasive tone. You should use the primary data and secondary data research methods to the best possible extent. This way, you will be having lasting impression on your employer also. The purpose of PGDM dissertation is to condense all that you have learned from your particular courses into one detailed project. The dissertation is much like written proof that you have indeed learned a subject material and have understood it very well to write about it on a major academic level. So take advantage of the faculty help whenever possible. While the PGDM dissertation is an individual project, so that you are able to prove that you are having thorough understanding of the entire range of subjects and course materials. GLB-IMR mandates that students should work closely with a faculty supervisor along the way to complete the dissertation in time-bound manner, ensuring high-quality dissertation report. Therefore, it is important to take advantage of the help of the mandated faculty supervisor at all the stages, as per the schedule and beyond it also. The faculty members assigned to supervise to creation of your dissertation, they are all having great experience within the field of study, and they will certainly provide valuable insight into the production. The path to a successful PGDM dissertation is long, difficult road. So be prepared to put in hard work and smart work also. I request Mr. Robin to please proceed with the next slide. Next slide, please. So the objective, as I discussed, it is to demonstrate your knowledge to the literature related to the problem of study, to reveal your ability to collect, analyze, interpret, synthesize information and data, to present the results obtained in a sequential and logical manner, and to display students' ability to analyze a prospective business problem and suggest best possible solutions. So these are the 4 major objectives of your dissertation project. Next, please. Mr. Robin, please, next slide. So these are the types of dissertation that you can go for. The broad area of dissertation can be chosen from your specializations. Either of your 2 major specializations, you can go for one. It can be descriptive study, it could be analytical or exploratory method. You can also go for case studies, tactical problem solving, and experimental methods. The study should also include primary or secondary data research. Next slide, please. Weightage and schedule of dissertation. So in this slide, you should follow the dates. You should consider them as deadlines. Also, you can check what is the weightage. Number 1 is your topic finalization of dissertation. The list of supervisor will be circulated to all of you on your email. So with the help of your supervisor, you have to finalize your topic by 30th of July. Submission of the dissertation synopsis, you will be getting sufficient time, around 1.5 months you are getting. Date is 11th of September 2020. Weightage for this submission of synopsis is 25 marks. On 7th of December, after around 2.5 months, we will be conducting your midterm review. So that will be carrying 50 marks weightage. On 5th of April, Around after 3 months, you will have to, around 4 months, you will be submitting your dissertation report. And that will be carrying a weightage of 75 marks. Then we have the final dissertation presentation that will be close to your end term examination of 6th term. So the dates have been decided 12th and 13th of May 2021. Marks are 50. So the total marks for your dissertation will be 200. So it is equal to 2 subjects. Next slide, please. All the time during your dissertation, in your 4th, 5th and 6th trimester, you should maintain regular interaction with your faculty supervisors. So there will be a work diary that you have to maintain, and you have to fulfill the details along with your faculty member. So the date of meeting, topic discussed, how much is the progress as on date, and the faculty will certify that, right? So this dissertation diary will be maintained by the guides so that we can actually keep a track about your interaction with the faculty guide. Next, please. This is the research report format. Definitely there will be some prelim pages similar to the SIP that you are already having. So cover page, certificate of the company, if you are doing some company specific report, then declaration by student, certificate from the faculty guide, and then acknowledgement, table of content, table of list of tables, and list of graphs. There will be 5 chapters. First one will be your introduction. Second one will be talking about the profile of organization or the respondent under study. Chapter 3 will be about objective and research methodology. You have to put special effort on chapter number 3. Chapter number 4 will be about data analysis and interpretation. Then chapter number 5 will be summary of findings, conclusion, and suggestions. Chapter number, after that you will have the bibliography. So the given, appendices and annexures. All the details will be circulated to you well in the time. Next slide, please. Formatting of the report. So all these details will be shared in the detailed document. So all the report pages will be A4 size. There should be proper margin as it has been prescribed here. Font size and the font style that needs to be properly maintained. Text of the project should be having 1.5 line spacing. Your heading should be capitalized, and all the headings should be in the center, chapter headings. Table, graph, and diagrams, they should have the respective numbers, captions, and they should also mention the sources, if any. Body of the report should be not less than 70 pages because you are getting around 8 months for your report. So within 6 months, you will be submitting your report, and another 2 months, you will be preparing the presentation of your report. Mr. Robin, please, next slide. So all the pages, they should be properly formatted. All the numbering of the chapters, divisions and subdivisions should be done properly in the proper format that has been defined here. All the tables and figures, they should have the appropriate numbering and captions, right? And for example, the third table in chapter number 2, it should be given in numbering like 2.3. Tables and figures, they should be appearing in the center of the page. Endnote should be numbered consequently within each chapter and throughout the entire report as well. Citations, they should carry the author's name and the year. For example, if there is some author with the name A. Sharma, so you have to mention it Sharma, 2011. That is the time. That's the year of publication. The full reference of the citation that should be kept in. Next, please. Plagiarism will be strictly monitored. Any of the reports should not have more than 25% of plagiarism in the entire content. So if you are referring to any of the external sources, you should properly mention all those in your bibliography session and also within the text. Students are advised not to dispose of the material once the dissertation is submitted. So the data might be required for any kind of future references also. Next, please. 2 hard-bound copies of the dissertation needs to be submitted to examination department. Spiral binding and plastic comb binding will not be accepted. 1 hard copy will be going to the library after evaluation for future references, and the second copy is intended for the student concern. So this is all about dissertation guidelines. If you have any query, you can contact me any time of your convenience. You can send me email or WhatsApp. I will be available for solving your queries. All the best for your great dissertation experience. That's it from my side.
Thank you, sir.
I request Professor Arpana to continue. Professor Arpana to please continue.
Yeah, you are.
So Robin, to the next slide, please. Professor Atul Arora may please continue with the summer internship, SIP and mentoring.
Thank you, Dr. Saurabh, for your elaborate presentation on the dissertation, and good afternoon to one and all over here. So I'm going to cover about the summer internship and mentoring. So first of all, I would like to share that all of you are going through the summer internship. So you are already aware what is the process, it's a reiteration, and again it will give you an idea further. So summer internship project is basically designed, and it's an integral part of the PGDM course. And after first year, students are required to go for 6 to 8 week summer internship as per AICTE guideline, in which they will be doing this internship with corporate or any organizations, and this is mandatory, and in which they need to work on a project. So however, this year, because of current COVID situation, students have not gone to the corporate physically. However, they have done this summer internship through working from home. So however, but the objective of this summer internship program is very, very important to understand, that it develop the skills and understanding about the corporate work environment, and the student actually get an first-hand idea how the corporate work, what are the real life situations, what are the challenges, and what are the various sectors, how they are performing. I would like to ask Asim to please mute your mic. Yeah, thank you. So now the next slide, Robinji. So the objective of SIP is very, very important to understand. It's give you real-time experience in the corporate, as well as you are also working on project which are real-time, real-life scenario project under your industry mentor, and most of you have gone through these projects working from home also in the current year. It's not about working on the project, it's about writing the technical report also. So writing a report, understanding about the problem, understand and defining the objective, and trying to find out the solutions. So this is a whole process which involve in 6 to 8 weeks, and then you have to document that particular work which you have done for that particular organization. And you also understand about the current technological development, which is, or any challenges, as we have witnessing a lot of challenges in the current situation on the economy as per se, on the organization also. So you are witnessing different kind of experience, whatever the challenges companies are facing, and how they are overcome those challenges. So real time managerial skills you witness, and you under your industry mentor, you also learn a lot of things during the summer internship. Next slide, Robinji. So what is the important aspect of this summer internship? This is as eight weeks calendar you have to follow, and it's a rigor has to be maintained every day. So you have to work every day on the task which has been given by the industry mentor, and you're under your faculty guide. So faculty guide is basically provide you and guidance that how to solve those real time problem with your analytical skills. So you have the data, you collect the data mostly by a primary survey, and those information which you collect, then you analyze, and then you conclude that this was the problem and this could be the probable solutions. And then you have to document in the form of hardbound copies of the report, and all this has to be done under the guidance of faculty guide. So next slide, Robin. Now the evaluation. So it's very important to understand that this summer internship project is 200 marks, and you have already aware that it give you two subject in an all equivalent marks, so 200 marks, and it is divided as you are seeing that summer internship project report is 75 marks. So there is a guideline which has been already shared with you, and you have already submitted, because yesterday was the timeline where you need to submit the report as per the guideline. So that particular report is of 75 marks. Then summer internship project presentation, which is coming in August 7th, wherein you have to appear for a project presentation of 10 minutes, and then 5-minute question and answer, and the panel is of faculty members and the corporates or alumni. So this is a rigorous process wherein your 75 marks will be evaluated basis on your presentation, basis on your objective, basis on your key learnings and conclusion. And then because this is a 8-week whole program where you are putting efforts every day, so we for the regularity and the sincerity throughout the project, you have been evaluated, and 25 marks will be given basis on your regular performance by your faculty guide. And then finally the whole project, how you have completed your project, what are the important whether you are able to fulfill your objectives which you have set in the beginning. So based on your overall performance, again faculty guide will evaluate your performance, and this is how this whole summer internship evaluation is of 200 marks has been divided. Next slide, Robin ji. So these are the forms which and the daily log sheet you have been filling and sharing with your faculty guides. So the second form would be faculty guide feedback form, wherein faculty guide also consult with the industry mentor that how you have performed because this year you have worked from home, so of course, but you are working under some industry mentor. So faculty guide also take the feedback from the industry guide and give the overall marks on your performance. and the summer internship presentation, which we have already covered. So next slide. Now we'll come to the mentorship. So mentorship is also very much integral part of our PGDM course, and we have been doing successfully for last 2-3 years, and so and you are also experiencing the same, wherein faculty member is allocated to each student as a mentor. So the mentor, the objective is for the constant guidance. So if a student has certain doubts or certain challenge, then faculty faculty member as a mentor always there for him or her to guide. So for that also we have incorporated regular mentoring session in the timetable. Also, in the current case, when you are not in campus, so that regular mentoring session will be organizing on a virtual platform. So of course, so this practice will go on, and I hope you are also getting a lot of guidance, good guidance from the faculty guides. Next. So so as we have understood, so faculty mentor is not only guiding regularly during the course, they are also guiding on summer internships, dissertations, and also mentorship continue with the industry mentor during the summer internships. So there are multiple occasions where faculty members are in constant touch at a one-to-one level with all of you, so that you will complete all the tasks, and whatever the challenge you face, they will help you and support you in completing those tasks. So so next slide. So yes, so mentor-mentee program is not only between student and faculty members. We regularly keep updating the progress about the ward to their parents also. So as you have witnessed last year, so we'll keep continue practice this year also. So your parents will be getting a elaborative report, wherein they are updated about your performance. They are also updated about your attendance throughout the trimester, and also it talked about briefly about your strength and weaknesses, and your overall performance in extracurricular activities. So overall performance feedback has been made in the form of report, and it is shared every trimester with the parents, so that along with the student, parent also updated about the performance, and it actually create the regular feedback mechanism. So this is about the summer internship as well as the mentor programs details. So I would request now move forward to next faculty to cover about the Dr. Arpita to discuss about the GLBIMR clubs and their activities. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Atulji, for this thing. A very interesting session, and now I would request Dr. Arpita to please start the GLBIMR club presentation. Okay, there's an announcement, important announcement.
Okay, students, we will be conducting now the 4th lecture for you. After this, the club's part is over. 3rd lecture would not take place, and we will start with the 4th lecture at 3:10. 3:10, 4th lecture we will start. We are giving you the lunch break as well after this presentation. So remain intact. Your attendance is being monitored. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so may I request now Dr. Arpita to please continue?
Dr. Arpita?
Am I audible, everyone? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You're
Am I
audible.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. You audible.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. So
Good afternoon, ma'am.
before I'll take you to the journey of GLBMR club activities, I would request everyone present here, to, especially students, to please switch on your videos. Please, everyone, switch on your video, because clubs are owned by you, are being run by you. We are faculty only acting as a coordinator and mentor to all of you. So I request everyone to please switch on your video so that you will also get insight about what we have planned for all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can see a lot of videos now. That's the spirit. Thank you. So today I, Dr. Arpita Srivastav, Area Chair, GLBMR Club, is going to share with all of you the plethora of GLBMR Club activities that we have planned, especially for all of you. Before I go into the detail what basket of activities we have with us, I would like to start my presentation. Next slide, please. With the famous saying that the more that you read, I repeat once again, the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, I repeat, the more that you learn, the more places you will go. Here, dear students, learning does not signify only academic learning, but any sort of learning, maybe it from sports, extracurricular activity, or any other skill which we develop or learn while participating in different activities other than academics. And when you learn something, you tend to practice and test it more often, that leads towards more perfection. And pursuing something that you have mastered will take you to a higher place. Here, the place in the court signifies the position that you gain by learning, unlearning, and relearning. That is the new normal of academic education. Next slide, please. So we have planned a lot of activities. We have planned a lot of activities for all of you in this term 4. And there's something very interesting I want to share with you. This is your last term, specifically involving in all club activities, because from the next term you will be busy with your final placements. So hold your breath, see whatever we have with you. Next slide, please. So the objective of forming clubs under the GLBMR, with the guidance and leadership of respected director, Sir Dr. Ajay Kumar, is to create a simulated corporate environment that will enable real learning to take place. It will also equip each one of you with the skills that are required in the new business environment that we start calling and analyzing, that is new normal. To encourage each one of you to find innovative solution to real world business problem. And last but not the least, the objective remains the same and important, that is to make all of you a corporate ready. Next slide, please. So if you talk about in this term, next slide, we'll be having 10 different clubs, starting with marketing club, next, finance club, human resource HR club, information technology club, next, CSR club, art and culture club, 7th is a sports club, followed by fitness club. Next slide. Here I would like to share with all of you that we have introduced this time, I think in the previous presentation, Professor Radhika has already shared with you that we have initiated this time research club also. So that research club will be working, faculty Dr. Harsh Pratap Singh and Professor Vikram is going to coordinate for research club under the guidance of respected director sir itself. So we'll be seeing new innovation and involvement in the directors club. And last, we have a director executive club, last but not least, a club which always guide us to perform, to give our best. Next slide.
चेक करके छांटो पड़ देना क्या वो मंसूर
Can I request everyone to please mute the mic? Thank you very much. So starting with the marketing club, marketing mavericks. Marketing club will, all the activities of marketing club will be coordinated by Dr. Arvind Bhatt and Ms. Radhika Malhotra, and we have student volunteers and coordinators also for the same. So this time we have planned an activity that is marketing lockdown and out. As the word says, that is marketing lockdown and out is going to be an online quiz competition on virtual platform, and the themes which they are going to cover, or the topic they are going to cover upon, is talking about branding, latest business news, advertising, marketing innovations during COVID-19, social media customer engagement and initiatives taken by the different companies in this new normal of COVID-19. Next slide, please. Next, we have our finance club, which will be coordinated by Dr. Ruchita Singh and Dr. Anand Rai, the number crunchers. Next slide. So market finance club, I think there is, go at the back slide, sir, please go at the back slide. Yes. I don't want to miss that. This is something innovative which finance team has decided, and I thought I should discuss with all of you who want to become FinCo winners. FinCo winners. So this is a name which we have kept for our finance club activity, that is online quiz competition, which will be covering the various aspects like value investing during COVID-19, pandemic-proof portfolio, market is up, what about economy? Post-pandemic equity landscape, investing amid bad news. Here, I would like to add one thing very specifically as shared by Dr. Suchita, that this club is not only meant for the students who are taking finance specialization, but all the students can participate in this competition, because this is a different aspect. Whatever they are covering in this competition is all part and parcel of your academic career. So let's see who can become a FinCo winner. Next slide, please. The third club we have with us is Human Resource Club, that is HR Club, which will be coordinated by Dr. Akhilesh Mishra and Ms. Arpana Kumari, which focuses on affinity. Any guesses for the activity that we have planned for HR Club? Let's see. Next slide. Debate competition. Next slide, please. Okay. We have planned an activity. We have planned. Jitendra, can I request you to please mute your mic, please? Thank you. Go at the back slide, sir. Go at the back slide. Yes. Unmask your voice. So it's a high time that we, GLBRants, have to unmask our voice. This is a debate competition, what HR Club has planned for all of you. On virtual platform, I'm repeating once again, that is, topic can be on public speaking, confidence boosting, critical thinking, and assertive arguments. So whatever theme that we are going to keep in Unmask Your Voice, we'll be sharing at least 1 week before with you, so that you can start working on it. Are you all enjoying the club activities? Please raise your thumb.
No.
I request everyone to please raise your thumb. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next slide, please. Then we have fourth club, but that is Information Technology and IT Club, which will be coordinated by Mr. Saurabh Mittal, focusing on technological innovation. Next slide. So I think you all must have attended N numbers of webinar till now. Now, this club will be focusing around how to organize, the student will organize webinar, and the activity will be Techference, where students will be conducted. Now they are on the other side of the table. We'll be acting as an audience, and they'll be presenting the webinar on the current topics in the area of IT. And Professor Saurabh Mittal will be coordinating for this activity. Next slide, please. CSR Club. I think you all must have, if you are following all social media posting of GLBMR, you are seeing, even in this time of COVID-19, the club which is working under the guidance of respected director, sir, that is CSR Club. We have done a lot of activities for sharing a smile with the people who are here in this pandemic. So Mr. Atul Arora and Dr. Arvind Bhatt is going to coordinate with this, activity of CSR Club. And this time they have planned details. I will not share. Just wait and watch. I'll just give you a small tip of that. The club activity, what they have planned is CSR Zoomers. CSR Zoomers will focus upon either instrument presentation or documentary on social initiatives. Rest details will be shared with all of you before at least 1 week or 15 days before with all of you, so that you could start working on it. Next slide, please. Sixth club we have is Art and Cultural Club, and will be coordinated by Ms. Varsha Sharma and Ms. Palak Srivastav, the artisans. Next. They have planned an activity by the name Kavya Setu. That is a poetry competition, both in Hindi and English, on virtual platform. And we'll be looking forward your active participation in all these activities, which is planned very specifically for all of you. Next slide. Gladiators Sports Club. I think during the time of COVID-19 also, you people have participated very, very enthusiastically in the e-sport event, which was held in the month of June. We have also, next slide please, we have also got a collaboration with Sports Seed Pro. We are planning to even take you to some more sports event and tournaments. Just wait and watch. As soon as we'll get approval, or we can get intimation from the respected authorities, we'll be sharing the sports club activity with all of you. Next slide. Fitness club, which focuses on staying fit, will be coordinated by Mr. Atul Arora. Next slide. And in this time, with a lot of aggression, lot of stress, we'll be having one session for all of you talking about yoga and meditation session, Yog Se Nirog. Next slide. Yes, this is the club which we have added for all of you. That is a research club focusing on creating new knowledge. Dr. Harsh Pratap Singh and Mr. Vikram Sharma is going to coordinate for these activities in this club. Next slide, sir. We'll be starting with one activity for all of you, that is master class. The master class will be for all of you, talking about, the topic will be application of technology in business research. Next slide. Yes, the club, Director Executive Club, which focuses on, and I think which act as a mentor for all of you. You can, if you think you can, under the leadership and guidance of respected Director Sir Dr. Ajay Kumar. Next slide. We have in our club right now 20 students who are leading the different activities, and even with full enthusiasm and zeal. Next slide. This time, Director Executive Club, under the leadership of Sir, we were planning out to organize an e-leadership conclave. Topic will be talking about how to lead in the time of uncertainty, or types of leadership emerging during COVID-19 pandemic. Next slide. So this is the entire plethora of activities which we have planned for all of you. If you talk about the month, every month we have planned 2 activities for all of you. Our effort, our dedication, our initiative, all rely upon your consistent effort and participation. It is your activities. I once again request you, because this is the last term, will be a long term 4, where you are going to participate in all these activities, because term 5 will be busy with your other assignment. Even we will also not ask you to participate in the other activities. So next slide, please. Next slide. So this is all about GLBMR Club. So we'll be looking forward for your active participation in all these activities, and we'll be notifying you at least 15 days before the commencement of the activity. I would like to end my presentation with a famous saying: no one can do everything, no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. Next slide. So make a difference, get involved in all the activity. We're looking forward for the major participation from all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arpita. Indeed, very interesting activities you have included in all the clubs. I'm sure students would be taking participation with all the zeal and energy as they used to do earlier also. Thank you so much once again. Now, I would like to wrap up the session with the vote of thanks. Would like to extend sincere thanks to Dr. Ajay Kumar ji for organizing this wonderful session. Reorientation program for PGDM batch 2019-21. Also, special thanks to Professor Radhika for briefly discussing about academic structure, Dr. Harsh for examination part, Professor Saurabh Mittal for dissertation, Professor Atul Arora for SIP and GLBMR Club. Thank you all, everyone. And thank you all the students for joining us today and being energetic and attentive during this session. Thank you, everyone.
So students will meet up at 3:10 for the 4th lecture.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. So your term 4 is fully packed with action-packed with webinars, conferences, seminars, club activities. So get up and have a happy academic journey ahead.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Thank
Right.
you, ma'am.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, you all may now leave the meeting.